Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the NOAA Ship Oregon II's Change of Command Ceremony. I'm Lieutenant Commander Pete Glykoff, Executive Officer of the Oregon II. Thanks to all of you for attending this morning and welcome to those joining us via live stream. Will all guests please rise for the arrival of the official party. Captain Jesse Stark, Director of Marine Operations, arriving. Captain Matthew Jaskowski, Commanding Officer, Marine Operations Center, Atlantic, arriving. Commander Adam Reed, Outgoing Commanding Officer, NOAA Ship Oregon II, arriving. Commander Jesse Milton, Incoming Commanding Officer, NOAA Ship Oregon II, arriving. Please remain standing for the national anthem. Uniformed members in the audience may remove their covers. The official party will remain covered for the duration of the ceremony. Okay, salute. You may be seated. Thank you. In addition to the official party, I'd like to recognize our distinguished guests attending today's ceremony. Captain Chad Meckley, Executive Officer, National Marine Fisheries Service. Captain Andrew Ostapenko, Executive Officer, Marine Operations Center, Atlantic. Captain Sarah Duncan, Commanding Officer, NOAA Ship Ronald H. Brown. Lieutenant Commander Joseph Brinkley, Commanding Officer, NOAA Ship Gordon Gunter. Mayor Jay Willis, Mayor of Pascagoula, welcome. Mr. Wynn Ellington, Field Representative from the Office of Senator Hyde Smith. And Mr. Steve Strickler, Field Representative from the Office of Congressman Ezell. Today, Commander Jesse Milton will relieve Commander Adam Reed as Commanding Officer of NOAA Ship Oregon II. A change of command represents the formal transfer of responsibility, authority, and accountability from one commanding officer to another. This ceremony is a time-honored naval tradition observed for as long as ships have sailed the seas. It is also a moment for the outgoing commanding officer to express personal gratitude and bid farewell to the dedicated men and women of their command. Successful completion of a command tour at sea is the crowning achievement of a NOAA officer's career. Accordingly, before we proceed from the ceremony, we will hear from a few individuals about the accomplishments of the Oregon II under Commander Reed's leadership. Dr. Neil Jacobs, the Undersecretary of Commerce for Oceans and Atmosphere, was unable to attend today. However, he did send a letter to be read aloud. Dear crew of NOAA Ship Oregon II, it is my great pleasure to write you in honor of NOAA Ship Oregon II's change of command as Commander Jesse P. Milton relieves Commander Adam R. Reed after a successful 25-month tour as commanding officer. All of you here today have succeeded in accomplishing remarkable feats over the past 2 years. Commander Reed provided steady leadership and decisive action that led the Oregon II through 2 productive field seasons. In addition to Commander Reed's steady hand at the helm, through talent and commitment as dedicated crew members, carried the vessel above and beyond expectations to deliver on NOAA's important missions. Your efforts have not gone unnoticed, with Oregon II sailing more than 334 days and 46,000 nautical miles during Commander Reed's tenure. Those days encompassed a wide range of critical missions, executing congressionally mandated missions and surveys with a 90% completion rate. The work that each of you do is vital. And as your NOAA administrator, I am proud to witness the individual contributions you make towards furthering NOAA's mission of science, service, and stewardship. To Commander Reed, as you're well aware, the role of a ship's captain comes with some of the most difficult yet rewarding responsibilities a leader may ever experience. Taking on those responsibilities was certainly no easy decision, and your commitment to the crew and service to our country is admirable. Achieving success under changing and challenging circumstances is a testament that you are a steadfast officer and leader. I wish you the best of luck on your next assignment as the Executive Officer at Marine Operations Engineering Division. The crew of Oregon II will continue to be in capable hands under Commander Jesse Milton. His experience as a leader in many facets of NOAA will serve the crew well and allow for a seamless transition to effectively carry out the missions of this great agency. Commander Milton holds an impressive and experienced resume, including service as the first operations officer for uncrewed aircraft systems at NOAA's Aircraft Operations Center, and then serving at NOAA's Marine Operations Center Pacific as the Chief of Operations and Acting Executive Officer, directing ship scheduling, pier logistics, and major project planning. He also served as the officer in charge of the former NOAA ship Kealokai. This formidable experience will serve him, the crew of the NOAA Ship Oregon II, and our partners well. I have full faith and confidence in Commander Milton's ability to lead the Oregon II to continued success. I'd now like to welcome Captain Jesse Stark, Director of Marine Operations, to the podium to say a few words.
Thanks, XO. Welcome, everybody. Friends, shipmates, Oregon II crew, Marine Operations, and Fisheries staff, veterans, and Captain Rowe. Thank you for joining, and thank you to those attending virtually. This is a great day, an outstanding venue, an honorable event I'm happy to be part of as we transfer responsibility of the mighty Oregon II from Commander Adam Reed to Commander Jesse Milton. Today we gather to recognize Commander Reed and also welcome Commander Milton, both of whom, like many of us in the room today, answered the call to sea, carried the weight of that responsibility and all that it bears, and the dedication and duty that it requires. We also gather to recognize and celebrate the ship, the Oregon II, and the Oregon II crew, the backbone of the ship and the basis for its long-standing culture and success. The ship has become affectionately known as Old Reliable in the Office of Marine and Aviation Operations. And in 2000, when myself and Chuck Godwin were on board and Captain Rowe, the bow of the ship was adorned with the painting of the Energizer Bunny because it just kept going and going and going. That was 25 years ago or so. And the ship still keeps going and going and going. During Commander Reed's tenure, as Dr. Jacobs mentioned in his remarks, the ship had a 90% execution rate. This is phenomenal, especially for a ship of that age. And in particular for a ship that in 2021, we were told by a contract company that the ship should be laid up and decommissioned in the shape she was in. At the time, I was the Chief of Engineering Services, and I'm glad I listened to Brian Kelly and not that contract company at the time. Again, that was 5 years ago, and the ship is still going and going and going. During Commander Reed's tenure, in addition to this execution rate, the ship sailed over 36,000 nautical miles, completed 562 bottom trawls, over 1,000 CTDs, 393 longline deployments and recoveries, and 363 camera drops. The culture of the ship and the professionals that it has produced over the years and that it continues to develop are legendary in NOAA and in marine operations. Having served aboard this fine vessel from 99 to 2001 and on several augmentation trips, I'm happy to watch others excitedly accept assignments to the ship and to Pascagoula. Some of my fondest career memories involve the Oregon II, the people, and the places that we sailed. And I'm honored to join this celebration. Commander Reed, you've shouldered the weight of command during some of our most trying times involving numerous rapid changes and the longest federal funding lapse in U.S. history. You kept the ship and crew ready, and when the fall CMAP mission was determined a priority by leadership that must be completed during the funding lapse, you and your crew turned to, went and executed the mission, just as you've always done, and the ship has always done in the life of its career. Your path to the CO's chair was a path of fits and starts, and false starts, yet you took it in stride. Even though you had no control over the path or the outcome, you were never afraid to question the information being provided, the path that was charted to get here. You always did so in a respectful, professional manner. You continued to always look ahead to the next objective with a desire of achieving results. Commander Reed understood that leadership at sea is not about privilege, but about service and placing the safety of the crew and the mission above yourself. Your service reminds us that leadership demands much, but it also gives much back. Only those that choose this life can fully understand that statement. This service and life at sea gives back a legacy of courage, loyalty, and living with a purpose. That is the measure of a true sea captain. Not necessarily the miles sailed or the ports visited, but the willingness to give oneself fully out of duty, honor, and devotion to duty. So today we do not just recognize someone who sailed, led others, and devoted his service to the ship and the crew, but we recognize what you gave, Adam. You gave your heart and soul to the ship, to the crew, and to the mission. And in doing so, you gave us all an example of leadership, sacrifice, and probably most importantly, resiliency in the trying times over the past couple of years. You will become highly relied upon in marine operations engineering, where you'll encounter and navigate new and different challenges. Everything you've done up to this point in your career has prepared you for this next step in your career. May you carry with you a steady, resolute, always being guided by duty and character. Commander Milton, before he received this assignment, was planning to bring on one of NOAA's new ships, the Discoverer. Yet when duty called, he answered by accepting and stepping up to this assignment of command at sea, which I know you are well prepared for. Having sailed with Commander Milton and trusting him during one of my commands, whether I was asleep in my stateroom or away from the ship, I know he understands the magnitude and severity of the responsibility he is about to undertake. Your humbleness and quiet professionalism will be a worthy addition to this ship that has accomplished so much and is continually relied upon to collect and deliver oceanographic and atmospheric data vital to the nation's safety, security, and economic prosperity. I know you will not take this calling lightly, and you'll make every decision with the welfare of your people and the ship at the forefront of your decision making. You have the trust of Captain Jaskowski, myself, and both Admiral Perry and Admiral Geller. Like Commander Reed and your shipmates, you're stepping onto a storied ship that has many more tales yet to tell. I know the amount you have to give rivals that of the mighty Oregon II, and you are stepping up to this opportunity to give your all to your passion, nautical science, and operational management at sea. But most importantly, you're giving to all who will sail aboard Oregon II. You have been well prepared for this ultimate responsibility, largely through your own initiative and your continual and persistent seeking out of increased responsibility. You've always learned something new and built something better in each of your assignments as I watch you progress throughout your career. From your initial foundation at Massachusetts Maritime Academy to sailing aboard Ron Brown, Shimada, and all the other ships you've augmented on, to spending, how long were you in Antarctica?
13 months.
To spending 13 months in Antarctica, you're well prepared for everything that will face during your command. I know you'll be successful, and please understand that you have the entire Marine Operations support staff at your disposal when meeting the challenges that you'll undoubtedly face. Captain Jaskowski, Captain Meckley, myself, Commander Reed, many others in the room that face some of the same challenges you'll encounter, but each one can be unique. And understand that you don't have to face those decisions alone. You have all of us and our experience to rely on should you need them. Day or night, weekday, weekend, holiday, or routine day. I know you're prepared. I know that every process and every working environment that you've been a part of, you found a way to improve upon it and make it better. And that is one thing I know about you, and I'm enthused to watch you take command of the Oregon II. Thank you very much, and congratulations, Commander Reed. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain Stark. Now I'd like to welcome Captain Matthew Jaskowski, Commanding Officer of Marine Operations Center, Atlantic, to make some remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone, or excuse me, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Well, it feels like afternoon. It's truly an honor to be here. It's always difficult to follow Captain Stark and give comments anymore. I've had to do this multiple times throughout my career. It's never an easy thing to do. But yet again, here I am following Commander Stark. Good morning again. And on behalf of Vice Admiral Hahn, Rear Admiral Carey, and all of OMAO, it is my absolute pleasure to preside over the change command of NOAA Ship Oregon II. Welcome to all of our guests, and most particularly to our shipmates and to our families. I'm particularly excited about this change of command in that it's on a ship that's consistently been probably, I probably shouldn't say this since it's being recorded, probably one of my best ships, if not the best ship in my fleet. Oregon II has long been the workhorse in our toolbox for over half a century, excelling in missions for an important scientific partner. In this year, in a year that saw significant resource constraints and reductions in days at sea across the fleet, she continued to excel with a packed schedule. But more than that, the ship is a good place. It's a good place to be. It's an excellent crew, high morale, a level of dedication that transcends mere duty. People work hard for this ship because they love this ship. And you can't fake that. You cannot fake that level of dedication. That is what makes Oregon II the mighty Oregon II. It's also particularly meaningful for me in that while part of the ceremony is to welcome Commander Milton to his new role in command and to set forth my expectations, it's also about celebrating Commander Reed. I've known Adam for a long time. Our careers have unfolded and intertwined in parallel for years. We've been shipmates on a couple of different ships. And I'm grateful to be here today to celebrate his success. I know the mixed emotions. I know you're being stoic about it, but I know the mixed emotions of excitement and relief and sadness that you're feeling right now, Adam. Just I know the feelings of anxiety that you're probably feeling right now at what awaits you when you take the helm, Jesse. With the frenetic pace of operations and the uncertainty that surrounds repair periods at large, and it's easy to ask, why are we even doing this? Why are we even taking the time out of our schedules to hold this ceremony? The ship needs to sail. It's an old ship. There's a lot of stuff that needs to get done to get it ready to go. Why are we doing this? Why are we taking this time? Well, I would argue that it's precisely at these moments of uncertainty when we should remember and honor our traditions. And of course, that of our most important tradition, the tradition of service, dedication, and commitment. We are all here because we chose a life of service at sea. We chose to take an oath and to honor that oath with all of its attendant sacrifices. We chose this life not because it's an easy life, but because it is a hard life. The months of separation from our family and our loved ones, the risks involved in doing an inherently dangerous job at sea, and the hours of monotony punctuated by moments of sheer terror. These are the moments when we must remember our traditions and our oaths. We're here today to witness the continuance of a line of authority that was established when Oregon II was first commissioned. As a commissioned vessel of the United States, it's proper that we should follow the dictates of naval tradition in this matter. But unlike a Navy ship, we're also witnessing the line of continuance of a line of scientific partnership. As the commanding officer of this ship commands not a ship of defense or aggression, but a ship of scientific discovery and investigation. Commander Reed, you have gracefully fulfilled your duty as commanding officer of Oregon II. You have led this ship through both difficulty and success. Your work has contributed greatly to an incredibly important NOAA mission in the economy of this country. You and your crew have provided machinery through which the fabric of our scientific mission is woven, completing 110% of stations for reef fish, 130% completion for summer groundfish, and you continue to fight through the appropriations lapse on longline and fall groundfish. You all have kept this ship in excellent material condition, and you're focused on correcting problems and maintaining a safe work environment for your entire crew, for everyone aboard. You have continually strived to do the hard jobs, and I appreciate that greatly. While a command tour isn't easy, it's stressful and it's lonely, and you often have to make difficult and unpopular decisions. You did what the ship needed you to do at all times. You have set this ship up for continued future success. It's often said that we're not measured by how well we did in our assignment, but by how well our successor does as we're followed. And you have taken that to heart. You have had a direct hand in setting Jesse up for success. I realize that all of these accomplishments weren't done without support. And I'm eternally grateful for the support and the sacrifices your family has made, and I thank them for letting us borrow you. Your dedication, your work ethic, your intelligence, flexibility are all a testament to their support. Your service is their service. Adam, congratulations, and bravo Zulu. Commander Milton, welcome to your new role in command. You are embarking on an incredibly rewarding and challenging job. And make no mistake that I hold you personally and professionally accountable for the safety of all personnel who embark on the ship and the property that is entrusted to you. I do not give this responsibility lightly, nor do I think it should be taken for granted. You are responsible for good order and discipline in the mission execution of this ship. I know it's a daunting task to command a ship. It requires a combination of optimism, energy, and stamina. And as you well know, on Oregon II, there's no other option but then to do things efficiently. It's a small crew on a ship with huge expectations and large challenges, huge challenges. To accomplish your mission, you must do things efficiently and efficaciously in all aspects of shipboard routine. Be competent in the basics, train aggressively, systematically, and with purpose. And remember that efficiency stems from planning with the details in mind. No matter what the task, every member of this crew should know that what they do matters and is an incredibly important aspect of carrying out our scientific mission. It is your duty, the entire ship's duty, to do things efficiently and efficaciously. Jesse, know that you have an excellent team around you, both here on the ship and at shoreside. I ask you to be focused and to remain completely engaged. I expect you to demand a shipboard climate that empowers your personnel, provides them support and growth opportunities, all while ensuring a safe working environment. As commanding officer, I expect you to be in command. Work with your team. They have incredibly broad knowledge and skill set, and you will need that to be successful. Treat them well, listen to their ideas, and rely upon them for the subject matter experts that they are. You can't do this by yourself. Also know that you'll sometimes need to make some hard and unpopular decisions. Know that if your reasoning is sound, I'll back you 100%. I ask you to retain your curiosity and humility, and know that I will do everything in my power. My successor will do everything in his power to help you grow and succeed in this position. So, Commander Milton, Jesse, and all of Oregon II, good luck and Godspeed.
Thank you, Captain Jaskowski. It's now my pleasure to introduce the current Commanding Officer of NOAA Ship Oregon II, Commander Adam Reed.
This is a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. I've had 8 assignments, 18 years. This commanding officer has been my favorite. Oregon II has been my favorite boat. It's a great ship. It's also been the hardest job I've ever had to stay in touch with family and friends. So, if it wasn't for that, I might want to stay around for a while, but unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. There's a lot of people to thank, and certainly the crew, science, but for anyone who knows me personally, you know that I don't like to give long speeches, and I don't like to thank people from behind the podium. That's what the reception's for. So I hope to see you all at the reception. For now, let's finish out this ceremony and welcome in the new captain.
Thank you, CO. Commander Milton and Captain Skoski, please join us at the front for the official transfer of command.
Commander Reed, please read your orders.
When detached from NOAA Ship Oregon II, proceed to the Marine Operations Engineering Branch in Newport, Rhode Island. Report for duty as the executive officer. Captain Jaskowski, I am ready to be relieved as commanding officer of NOAA Ship Oregon II.
Very well. Commander Milton, read your orders.
When detached from OMAO Safety Management Branch, Gulfport, Mississippi, proceed to OMAO Mach-A NOAA Ship Oregon II, Pascagoula, Mississippi. Report for assignment to duty as commanding officer, NOAA Ship Oregon II. Captain Chakowski, I request permission to relieve Commander Reed as commanding officer of the NOAA Ship Oregon II.
Very well. You may relieve Commander Reed.
Commander Reed, I relieve you as commanding officer of the NOAA Ship Oregon II.
Very well. I stand relieved. Captain Jaskowski, I have been relieved properly as NOAA Ship Oregon II commanding officer.
Very well.
I now invite Dr. Kristen Lurie and Mr. Mark Milton to come forward for the shifting of the command pins. The command insignia will be attached to the incoming commanding officer in the command position before the outgoing commanding officer's pin is removed. This is so that the ship is never without the commanding officer, maintaining an unbroken succession of command. For the outgoing commanding officer, the command insignia will be placed in the post-tour position.
Congratulations. Good job.
Dr. Lurie, by shifting your husband's pin to the post-command position, you've marked the completion of an incredible journey. A successful sea assignment is impossible without the love and support of family on shore. And on behalf of the Oregon II, we'd like to present a token of our gratitude for your contributions to our success.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lurie, and Mr. Milton, you may be seated. In keeping with the maritime tradition, Chief Boatswain Josh Cooper will now present the last commissioning pennant of Commander Reed's command and break the first pennant of Commander Milton's command. The commissioning pennant is the personal flag of the commanding officer of a ship. The pennant is flown at all times as long as the ship is in commission status. Once in commission, the commanding officer and crew are entrusted with the privilege and responsibility of maintaining their ship's readiness and of conducting successful operations at sea. Commander Reed, your pennant has been struck. Commander Milton, your pennant has been broken. Friends, family, shipmates, it is now my great pleasure to introduce Commander Jesse Milton, Commanding Officer, NOAA Ship Oregon II.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, shipmates, family, and friends. It is an honor to stand here before you today to accept command of the NOAA Ship Oregon II. I do so with deep humility and sincere gratitude for the many people who have supported me throughout my career and my journey to this point. No one reaches command alone. My path from growing up in rural West Virginia to standing here today has been long and winding. I want to begin by thanking my parents for believing in me. This journey started by me pulling an old wooden Chris-Craft Cavalier out of the woods and working on it during the summers. So thank you, Dad, for coming out here. My mom couldn't make it. My brother, Devin, and his wife, Michelle, had a baby, Braden, yesterday. So through their support, this interest in life at sea grew into a lifelong passion. I also want to make a couple special thank yous to a few of the folks listening online. Ray and Susan Dirk, for their support through Sea Scout Ship 46, which helped turn that interest into a true call. And to Carl and Carrie Butler, thank you for your continued interest and support throughout my career. It is Carl's uniform service with the Navy that first inspired me to pursue a life in uniform. I'd also like to thank a few more folks visiting online: Dan and Mike McDonough, Colonel Chris Ryan, and members of the Mass Maritime Cross Country team. I'm not sure if I would have made it through some of the long and lonely days at the Academy without your friendship and support. To my previous commands and shipmates, thank you for your experiences and lessons that have shaped me into a leader and the mariner that I am today. There are too many names to mention, but I would like to specifically thank Captain Wade Blake, Captain Liz Kredovic, Captain Jesse Stark, and Admiral Geller. Serving under each of your commands has prepared me well for this moment. I would also like to thank my Samoan family, Bai, Gina, and JP2. My time on the island taught me the Faha Samoa, the Samoan way of life. Built on community, respect, service, and harmony over individualism, principles that translate naturally aboard a ship. I want to thank outgoing Commanding Officer Adam Reed for your leadership and stewardship aboard the Oregon II. You leave the ship in a strong condition, and I sincerely appreciate your professional and thoughtful journal. To the crew of the Oregon II, it is a privilege to join you. This ship's reputation of cohesiveness and mission excellence precedes it, and that reputation exists because of you. I look forward to earning your trust, supporting you, and serving alongside you. I want to recognize the shoreside teams, engineers, scientists, and support staff whose daily efforts enable this ship to succeed. Your work is essential to our mission. As I assume command, I commit to leading with integrity, accountability, and respect, to prioritize safety and professionalism, and this support this crew as we execute our mission together, ensuring that no challenge is too large for us to overcome as a team. It's an honor of a lifetime to take command of the mighty Oregon II. Crew of the Oregon II, I'm granting 59 minutes of liberty. Check with your department heads and make sure you're clear before departing. Thank you all for your support being here today. Special thank you to Lieutenant Petsy and Edson Ladon for organizing this event. And thank you for EXO Commander Pete Wyckoff. I am ecstatic to have you as an EXO. Thank you all for coming. Have a NOAA day.
Thank you, Commander Milton, for those words. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. I'd like to thank the crew and the officers of NOAA Ship Oregon II, especially as Commander Milton just mentioned, Edson Ladon and Lieutenant Petsy, who are absolute rock stars putting this together. Mr. McCartney, our Chief Steward, for putting on the spread that folks have been enjoying back there. The staff of Mackay for helping us to put together this ceremony. I'd like to also give a huge shout out and thank you to the Mississippi Shipbuilding and Maritime Center for allowing us to use their awesome facility today. I encourage you to take a look around on your way out, look around, see some of the neat stuff in here if you haven't already. Thank you for joining us. And as now former CO alluded to, we'll be continuing the celebration at Brady's at 12:30, and we'd love for you to join us. Please rise for the departure of the official party. Commander Jesse Milton, commanding officer, NOAA Ship Oregon II, report. Commander Adam Reed, outgoing commanding officer, NOAA Ship Oregon II, report. Captain Matthew Niskowski, commanding officer, Marine Operations Center and Planning, report. Captain Jesse Stark, Director of NOAA Marine Operations, report.